Hey guys, it's TheFrXion here, Tiger Tank 1, 2, however you want to call me, I don't really care, and welcome back to my YouTube channel this time around. It's not World of Tanks, we're not going to be playing the game. Today we're going to be taking our time to take a look at the month of September. This is going to be a channel recap, which will give you guys a little bit of possibility or opportunity to check what's going on behind the scenes on my channel. We're going to be clearing a couple of things up. I have made some changes towards my channel layout, some of the general things like playlists, and I'm going to be clearing up a couple of things. So before we head right into like the analytics of all of it and what my channel is all about and how it's built up and any other of that stuff, I just want to clarify, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show my YouTube studios to other people, but since I'm not making any ad revenue or any sort of that thing off of YouTube, it should not really infringe with that rule that they have, because I think you're not able to discuss payments on YouTube with your audience. But since I'm not being paid and this is all kind of just my hobby, I think it should not be too bad. I think it's rather interesting to talk about such things. But before we get into it, let's take a look at basically the general idea of my channel. You guys know that my channel basically is kind of just about World of Tanks. Mainly, I'd say about 95% of my videos are about World of Tanks. Then maybe a small margin of 5% of other games like Star Wars Battlefront, War Thunder, and maybe some strategy games. But like the last time I recorded a video about another game, that was the War Thunder video like 2-3 months ago, and I think before that was even longer ago. So I'd say I consider myself a main World of Tanks channel. So this is what you see when you get on my channel. This is like the welcome to Tiger Tank's garage kind of welcoming video. If you get to my channel, should probably be remade. It's a very old video and probably not very good. I mean, 395 people have seen it, and I think if we just take a look into it, it probably did not do too well. Well, actually 4 likes, but 395 views. It's a very old video, October 16th, 2014. But that's not what we're going to be talking about today. Today, I'm going to show you guys some things where I'm going to be like kind of working from now on. So the discussion tabs, because I somehow do not have a community tab, which is okay, but this discussion tab I will be using for several things like announcements and basically the week's upload schedule. So if you want to find out what kind of announcement is currently going on or what kind of ideas I have, like, okay, I'm not going to be putting in video ideas into this discussion tab, but I'm going to be talking about the upload schedule and when you can expect the next video. And maybe I'll be even talking about like, kind of a poll system, but that will probably have to be on an external page. But if you want to have information that I do not disclose in a video, maybe because I just don't have the time to make a video, I'll be disclosing all that information in the discussion tab. So just keep yourself posted, check it out. There's not a lot of stuff right there currently. I just have to check real fast. Okay, the about, all that stuff, it is all in there still. So now we're going to be, oh, that's very loud. We're going to be heading over to the real interesting part right here. And this is where you can see the magic behind all the videos. So right now, what you can see right here, this is the channel dashboard where a lot of unnecessary crap is posted in here. Like we have this YouTube kind of guide, how to grow yourself and all that stuff. To be fair, never really looked into it. Maybe I should have done that because I've been on a certain amount of subscriber or a certain count of subscriber for a very long time. But here you can see the views that we've generated over the last 28 days, like the last month. we have made 1,400 views in 28 days. And that was about 8% better than the previous 28 days with 1.3K. That is quite interesting. Also, the view time has gone up by 10%. That is about 6 hours more that the people have actually watched. And we can actually check out in the analytics tab what the people have watched. So it's quite interesting to see right here, because this is basically the best feedback that we have right here. These are like the top 10 videos or even more, but we'll get into this one just in a second. These are like the top 10 videos, the most watched videos in the 28 days. And obviously this is not all the views, because I still have made like other videos and people watch like old videos as well. So that is not the main takeaway right there, but you can see that the IS-5, the review that I made about that tank was viewed 345 times this month. And I actually released this tank review on the 1st of August. That's 2 months ago. And I think I've racked up 2,000, no, not 2,000, about 1,000 views on this tank review. Quite interesting, because I never really checked into the video again. But I've noticed that people actually watched it quite often. And you can see the average duration on this video is about 4 minutes and 57 seconds. And this is the views, I think. Wait, is it like all the views since the video has been published? Okay, maybe I've made a mistake. It was not 1,000, it was 526 views. And you can see that the average on this video is like 456 views more than on my typical videos, which is between 16 and 70. So that's quite interesting. That's very interesting for me, because it tells me that people obviously are interested in reviews of tanks that they maybe never really bought or they didn't have the chance to get. But now, since this vehicle is available as a new bond reward tank, people are interested in seeing what kind of a tank it is. In the last 48 hours, there's still 42 views on the video, and you can see that the majority of the people actually checked this video out by looking for it with keywords. So they went into the YouTube search algorithm and they typed in something along the lines of IS-5 World of Tanks or IS-5 Premium Tank Review, and they might have just been coming over to my channel. And what's very interesting is actually the audience retention. So how much time did the people spend on my video? You can see at the start, like there's 86% that are with the video, that have clicked on it and that have started watching the video. And even in the first like 3 minutes, a good portion of those 80%, about 50%, jump off and they're no longer interested in the video. That probably has to do with the fact how I start my videos, like the duration, the length of the video as well, and maybe just the how you call it, like the ability of the YouTuber or the person that's making the video to catch the audience attention. So if you really want to be very good, your ideal has to be like to keep as many people watching the video until the end. And you can see after 30 minutes, because it's a long video, because I usually tend to make long videos, I end up with like 3% of the main audience still watching this video. So yeah, you can see there's still, even like right here, after 21 minutes, there's still 18% of the people watching this video. So that is quite interesting. That tells me my videos are obviously too long, but to be fair, that's just how I like to make my reviews. I want to go in depth into the vehicle. I want to show gameplay, and I think it would not be fair to just have like a 5-minute video. It could be a quick fire review, but that would not be like my ideal. So I think the 4.54 minutes watch, that's like 15% of the entire video length. It's not too bad, I have to be honest. It sounds really bad, but if you look into other videos that I've made, it dips even more. But that shows me, that's a very good indication just how interested are the people in the video that you're making. Maybe you take too much time on certain topics, like right now, I might be just taking too much time on this. Maybe you're like unclear on how you're kind of reviewing the vehicle, but I still managed to gain 3 subscribers on this video, and that is very interesting for me because this video right here definitely was doing quite good and still is doing quite good. So that's very interesting for me to know. Gives me a little bit of an idea that tank reviews obviously are going to be working quite well. Then we're moving on. You can see that I've just released a video that has actually gotten quite a lot of views in the last 48 hours. It's about the Italian heavy tanks, which was kind of a reaction and first impression video. And I titled it as such, and you can see that we have gained 93 views in 48 hours. And if you look into the like general length that the people watch that video, I think you can see 2 minutes. The video is something along the lines of, I think, maybe 20 minutes, and 2 minutes, that's maybe almost 10% of the video length. Obviously, there are always going to be certain people that watch the video to the end, but like the majority of the people, they do not watch the full video. And that kind of gives me a general idea that my videos are maybe too long and that I should cut back a little bit. So that's kind of a question that I will probably have and that I will put into the discussion tab. Like, are my videos too long? Should I be cutting them short a bit? The thing is, I'm not really doing a lot of editing on my part. So like if I edit out certain things, that could work. But I think if you're playing this game and you're like showing a gameplay and you edit out certain parts that maybe are just like driving from one position to the other, it might just come over as a little bit of a fake thing. So I'm still debating about that, but I think generally speaking, it's rather good. I have 1,400 views this month, or the last month, and I've actually released quite a few videos. I think in September we've released quite a few videos. And if we look into the videos right here, you can actually see all the videos that I have uploaded. You can see all the videos that I have, or the live streams that I had, and I can show you guys that I've actually done some live streams, and I've tried a couple of them. Yesterday on the October the 3rd, actually today in the evening, yesterday in the evening, until today in the early morning, we've played a little bit of World of Tanks, and we've played like the event. We played the a couple of medium tanks, some premium tanks, and some people actually came on the live stream. That was quite interesting. I'm still not certain if I'm going to be live streaming on YouTube or on Twitch yet, because that is something that I will probably have to look into. Then you have like a lot of different live streams right here that didn't really work out. Some of the live streams are like 2 years old, and yeah, that's just a general overview. And you can see this month, September, we've actually uploaded quite a few videos. I think September 1st we have made a video about the Object 780. That was a preview. To be fair, I think it was a little bit generous to call it a preview because the vehicle was just in the game with the stats. You couldn't really play it or, try it out. But I think that's why I called it a preview, because it gives you the general overview of the characteristics of the vehicle. And that was the first video we made in the month of September. And then I've made like 2 videos on gameplays. One of it being in my Leo 1, the other one being in the Burask. And to be fair, I've noticed that like if I show good gameplays or just gameplays in general, the idea behind it is a bit difficult. The view count definitely does drop because obviously people are playing tanks, and if it's not a great, absolutely amazing gameplay, people usually are not as interested as they would be with like a title such as another Soviet tier 10 heavy tank, the Object 780 preview, because that kind of sparks interest in something new that you have not seen before. So that makes a lot of sense in my opinion. You can see that the like rates on these videos are rather low if you think about the amount of people that are watching the video. That is something that I've tried to improve on, but that is like, I mean, I do not want to be the annoying kid that is like begging for likes or anything like that, because this is not a channel that is based on making any revenue or any sort of that. If I'm able to make any money, that would be great, but this is just a hobby. And to be fair, I'm getting like into the rhythm again. It's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed myself creating videos, editing. I've enjoyed myself especially with the World of Tanks Weekly, because I've been able to delve a lot deeper into the game and into the news outlet of World of Tanks. And I've seen some very cool stuff coming. And that's certainly one of the things that I wanted to continue. And you can see that the World of Tanks Weekly episodes actually are quite interesting, because they do tend to have quite a lot more views than, you know, your average gameplay. And sometimes they also have some much more or some comments onto it as well. So that's quite interesting for me. So this is like World of Tanks Weekly. This is now the 10th episode that I made. It should definitely actually be like 12 or 13 episodes, but like 1 or 2 or maybe 3 weeks. There was just not enough news to fill that stuff with, so I just didn't really make an episode. I've still been debating about, you know, making maybe the World of Tanks Weekly into a 2-weekly thing, but it kind of sounds dumb for me. And at the moment, I think I can still keep it at a weekly kind of rate, and I can just announce that maybe this week we do not have enough kind of news. We're just gonna keep it as it is, and next week we're gonna be coming back with the weekly episode, and then we can probably fill the Monday with some gameplay and all that kind of good stuff. Then the LPC gameplay, we had the gameplay in the EVR 75, where we played both of these premium tanks, and you could see that those views were generally low, because obviously it's gameplay. It's something that the guys or the guys and the girls, they're already know. They've played these tanks. Same goes for the CS52 Liz review. The review was way too late, because I basically unlocked the vehicle on the last day of the event, and then I made the video about the review like I think a couple of days later. That is also something that a viewer did comment on, that the review was a little bit too late, because the people could no longer decide if they were able to get it or not, because it wasn't in the store anymore. And obviously because of that reason, it just didn't get a lot of views. But I still think I just like to still talk about things that might still be relevant, but maybe not too much. Just make the video. Eventually, if the tank is going back on sale, maybe this video will have some relevancy again. Who knows? I just like to, make a video about my premium tanks. That is something that I'm planning on to do a lot more, to make reviews on premium tanks, so that the guys and the girls know if the vehicle is on sale, if they are selling it again, what the vehicle is about, at least on this channel. And I'm currently looking at a list of the premium tanks that I want to do. I have basically every single premium tank in my garage at the moment, so that's just something that I need to take time and, a little bit of willpower to finish that. Then we had the G-Saw review, which was basically a rant. I was playing this vehicle and it was so bad. I got so frustrated that I didn't touch World of Tanks for like 4 days. And I just wanted to vent about that tank. That was not really a review. Then the World of Tanks Weekly with the new Chinese Tier 8 premium medium tank, the T122 TM. Obviously the World of Tanks Weekly are they're picking up, and I think it's really interesting to see that if you keep on with something and you stay with it, you're actually going to be able to get some people to get into the into this kind of episode format. And it's quite interesting to see, in my opinion. Then obviously the event, we made some videos about the event. We made a video about the anonymizer, how it killed XVM for me personally. I haven't been using XVM anymore for my personal, for like stats in the game, basically just for my personal stats. Then the T77 World of Tanks Weekly 10. This was actually the very first World of Tanks Weekly. I can actually show you guys this. We can get on the video. This was the very first one where I've added the timestamps and where the video actually is partitioned into these timestamps if you click on it. And I've been thinking about doing this also for other videos like reviews, because this gives you a great way to traversing a video without having to, you know, skip ahead and still look into the content, what's going on. Right now with the titles, you're able to actually see what it's all about, what the YouTuber is talking about. And I think it's a very interesting feature that I will definitely be adding into certain videos, like premium tank reviews or tank reviews in general, like map tactics when we're talking about certain maps, because it gives you the opportunity to skip ahead, still get like the majority or the important information that you need out of the video, and you do not have to spend like 20 minutes on something that might not interest you in like any way or shape or form. So I think that is a very interesting tool. That's something that I'm going to be using way more, and you can see right here, this is what it looks like if I'm making a video with also the tags, with the thumbnail, with the description, with the title. And making a video, if you really want to put a lot of effort into it, can still take a while, but usually, to be fair, it's not like I write a script for every single video. I did tend to plan my videos a bit more. Right now they've been kind of a lot more on the go, but I still hope that my video quality is at a level that is good enough to watch, and I still want to improve in that area. Obviously, I might go back to writing certain scripts and to get a little bit more of a general like a general tone in those videos, and also to reduce the length in certain aspects. Right here you can see like some videos are just too long. 33 minutes is way too much time to spend on a video, especially if people are busy. So I'm going to be looking into that stuff. So we're going to cover the last thing right now, and this is actually going to be the playlist. And you can see that I've actually worked a little bit on the playlists. I deleted, I think, about 6 or 7 playlists that I had previously. This is going to go into the monthly recap right here. The channel update playlist has been put on private. That is probably going to get deleted eventually. Same for the World of Tanks 101. That was a idea of mine to basically have like a gameplay of every single tank that I ever owned. Yeah, you can forget about that because it's just too much work. I'd have to get every single tank again, and yeah, I just don't really see the point in doing that. It would just be like a little bit of a history video for me eventually. Then we're going to have the Tiger series. That is something that I'm going to be keeping in there because I'm going to be making a video about the Tiger 1. I'm going to be making a video about the E75 and the E100 because all three of those videos have been, all three of those vehicles have been buffed, I think, except for maybe the E75. And we're going to be talking about them in like a separate video. Then the World of Tanks Weekly, obviously, that is what you can check out if you are interested in all the news about World of Tanks. The map analysis videos, those are going to continue because I really enjoy taking a look at the map and analyzing certain things. Then World of Tanks War Tanks, we're going to make a video about the Object 260. We're going to make a video about the T28 concept and the T55A, I think. Same goes for the second campaign tank. I just forgot the name. Let me think about it real fast. That little box. you guys know what I mean. The tank destroyer that you unlock at tier 6, and same goes for the Chimera. Those videos will be coming eventually, and I will put them into the World of Tanks War Tanks bracket or playlist. Then the World of Tanks special events, that's basically where I put all the events video in, the discussion, where we had all the discussions, historical representation of World of Tanks and World of Tanks. That is something that we're also working on. What to expect is basically the review of tier 10 or non-premium vehicles, and I'm going to be putting them all in the what to expect area. The test server footage will still be up, where we basically put the test server footage in. And the World of Tanks tips and tricks best premium tank playlist will still get filled with more premium tanks as I move on it. So right now you can see I've gained like a single view on this playlist, but it's a playlist that is rather new. I've just updated it 5 days ago when I uploaded the video. And yeah, I think that is a pretty good overview on the channel right now. You can also see like the comments. I read all the comments. I reply basically. Oh, nice. You can actually reply with like stuff very quickly. Like, that's quite interesting. I reply to every comment most of the time, unless it's like a debate that I just think that's not very important. I will not get into it, but I will probably respond to a majority of the comments. So I just want to say thanks for Dan W, Kevin W, and Michael for subscribing to the channel, and the other person that just subscribed but I don't know yet, because it doesn't show like all the people that subscribe. It's kind of random. And yeah, I hope I'll see a lot more out of you. I'm still moving forward, trying to get to the 500 subscriber line and to cross that line eventually sometimes. And I hope you guys have a little bit of a general idea of what is happening on my channel, what the month of September was like, and how we operate on YouTube. And yeah, as always, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. And yeah, tell me how you guys liked it. Remember, the discussion tab is going to be open for all that stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.